Hello, and now for our podcast, the video on the Greek of Acts 25 through 25 through 31. So Paul's in the middle of his farewell address. He's at Miletus. The Ephesian elders have come down to him, and he's in the middle of it. And we get to a key verse in that farewell speech in verse 25. And now, behold, I know. I is not necessary because it's in the oida. So I know, little emphasis, I know, I myself know that no longer you will see the face of me. This is opsisthe. It is the irregular future of horao, you will see. You just have to memorize it, although it's not too hard to memorize because it has opt in it, an optometrist that looks at your eyes. So you will see. A psi is the key to a hidden sigma. So that this is a future active, not future active, future indicative from horao. Opsomai is deponent. Yesterday I introduced Greek voices, active, middle, and passive, and I introduced deponents. And I said that you know whether a word's deponent by its vocabulary form. So if it has oh my, ginomai, erkomai, if it has oh my in the dictionary, then it's deponent. Well, that's not entirely true, but I didn't want to freak them out. In fact, whether a word is deponent is not true to the whole word. That is, a word can be normal in the present tense and deponent in the future tense, or it can be deponent in the present tense and normal in the aorist tense. This is very annoying. You just have to, so basically you have to memorize the principal parts of a verb to know whether it's deponent in a particular tense or not. Well, this one, horao, is normal in the present tense, but in the future, its future principal part is opsomai. So, oh my, it's deponent in the future. And here it was normal in the present. So this is a future deponent indicative, second plural. The form is middle, but it's deponent in meaning. So you will no longer see my face. You all, among whom I went throughout you all, preaching the kingdom. Aelth is what? Aorist. So this is dierkamai, third person plural. Aorist, active indicative. Preaching is a present active participle, nominative masculine singular. Okay. By the way, this seems to indicate, and I believe the author of Acts knows, that Paul never gets back to Ephesus. That this is truly his final appearance before them. And I talk a little bit about that in the podcast. Verse 26, therefore, I witness to you all that in the day daily, that's kind of a weird expression, in the day daily. I can look I didn't look this up. Let me very quickly look at the other. Okay, let me just briefly pause for station identification here to look at the interlinear and see what's going on here. I don't know. I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can see it. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. In this day, that's seimeron means today. Okay, well, back to our text here. In the today day, daily, I assume is what it means. Therefore, I witness to you that daily that I am clean. I am clean from the blood of all. He's done his duty. Verse 27, for I did not shrink. We've seen this before, this expression. It's lacking one lambda, so it's aorist. There's the alpha that says it's aorist. Internal lengthening, it's aorist. For I did not shrink, not to announce the whole counsel of God, the whole plan of God. I did not shrink away from announcing to you the whole plan of God. So this expression here is a genitive article with an infinitive. It expresses purpose or result. I did not shrink in my intention to pronounce the whole counsel of God to you. This is an aorist infinitive. Again, it's down to one lambda. It has internal lengthening. It has I at the end. So this is a aorist active infinitive. I did not shrink not to announce to you all to the whole counsel of God. Verse 28, hold fast. So this is an imperative, a present imperative. looks the same as a present indicative. The only way you could know is the context. Hold fast in yourselves, reflexive pronoun. And to the whole, take heed, take heed to yourselves. Take heed to yourselves and to the whole flock. Watch over the whole flock, among whom the Holy Spirit has placed you as overseers. Holy Spirit is a subject here. Etheto is the aorist of tithemi. Among whom, a relative clause, among whom the Holy Spirit has placed you all as overseers, episkopoi, not bishops. Bishops is probably too early. To call them bishops at this point is, I think, misleading. It is, as we've said, a council of elders that directs the church at Ephesus, and they are also called overseers. To shepherd the church, present active infinitive of poimino, to shepherd. Okay, the church of God, which he purchased, Jesus purchased. This is the aorist, sigma alpha, of peripoieo, to purchase. It is middle, which he himself, so maybe put an himself in there because it's middle, which Jesus himself purchased through his own blood. Verse 29. I know that they will come. Now this is the future of Erchomai. The future of Erchomai, or ace Erchomai. The future of Erchomai is elusomai, which is, it's also deponent in the future. Sigma tells me it's future, by the way. So they will come after the departure of me, and then we find out who he's talking about. Fierce wolves. I know that fierce wolves will enter in after my departure among you, not sparing the flock. So this is the phytomai, its present deponent participle. These wolves will not spare the flock, and of course, I think we have evidence from the Gospel of John and from 1 John of some of the wolves that were there at Ephesus in the late 1st century. Verse 30, and from you will rise men speaking crooked things. From you yourselves. I think this is extra. From you them doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to take this intensively. And from you yourselves will rise men. Men will rise, speaking crooked things. So this is also future. Anistemi, to rise. The sigma tells me it's future. Middle, because of that ending. So it's future, middle, indicative, third plural. Speaking, present active participle. Crooked things. Okay, diastramena. That's a neuter plural alpha. So it's things. And you can see the ending is shoved right on the stem, so it's perfect passive. So having been twisted things is the sense of that. Things that are twisted. In order to turn aside, again, genitive article plus an infinitive. The infinitive of alpha contract verbs doesn't have a subscript, unfortunately. In order to turn the disciples away after themselves. So these are charismatic leaders who are trying to lead people astray. Verse 31, therefore, be on the watch. This is an imperative. Be watchful. Be on your guard. Present imperative. Remembering, present active participle, that for 3 years, night and day, I did not cease with tears instructing each one of you. Okay? So this is, I did not cease, aorist, because of the sigma alpha. It's middle. I myself did not cease, if you want to get the middle in there. Luke uses a lot of middles. I myself did not cease with tears instructing each one of you. There's our Greek for the day, and tomorrow we'll finish up, Lord willing, Acts chapter 20.